Prepare the candidate. The assessor shall introduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Justine Gabrunino and I'm your Competency Assessor for Plumbing in situ.
Acknowledge the presence of the TESDA representative, Assessment Center Manager, and Processing Officer.
And I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Jackie Chan, our Processing Officer, Mr. Bruce Lee, our AC Manager, and Mr. Andrew Lee, our representative from TESDA Provincial Office. Good morning, gentlemen. You didn't have to worry about their presence because they're only here to oversee the conduct of assessment and to check the conduct of assessment is in accordance with the prescribed competency assessment, methodology, and procedure.
Check attendance and identity of candidates and collect admission slips.
But before we start, please submit your admission slip.
Instruct the candidates to sign on the attendance sheet.
As I call your name, please acknowledge by raising your hand and sign the attendance sheet. Mr. Gently, Mr. Hanamichi Sakuragi, please sign.
Present to the candidates an accomplished application form with self-assessment guide and explain its significance.
I have here with me the accomplished application form and self-assessment guide. This is an indication that you know and you can perform all the unit of competency enumerated for the plumbing in situ.
Conduct orientation to the candidates. The assessor must explain the context and purpose of the assessment.
I would like to welcome you all to our center for your assessment for plumbing in situ. The purpose of our assessment for plumbing in situ is to determine the level of your competency.
Qualifications or units of competency to be assessed.
Today, I'm going to administer competency assessment for plumbing in situ. The qualification for plumbing in situ composed of basic, common, and core competency. For our core competencies, we do have first, prepare estimation of materials for multiple plumbing units and perform multiple plumbing units installation and assembles. And the third is conduct pipe leak testing.
Tasks to be performed and the evidence to be collected.
The different tasks to be performed for our plumbing in situ assessment are the following. First, prepare materials for drainage, sanitary, water line, layout work. Second, install pipes and fittings for drainage and sanitary water line layout work. And the third is install building drains, sewing, and ventilation. We will collect evidences through demonstrations, oral questionings, and written tests.
Assessment procedures to be undertaken.
To determine your knowledge and skills for plumbing in situ, the assessment method we will use will be written test, demonstration, and oral questioning. These assessment methods can help to measure your underpinning knowledge and skills.
Needs of the candidates to be considered during the assessment.
For personal needs, the laboratory is located at at the first floor of our building. You can also take your meal at the canteen. It is located at the lobby. However, during the assessment, you are not allowed to leave the premises of the assessment center.
Allowable or reasonable adjustments when applicable.
If you have difficulties understanding for the given instructions, please do not hesitate to inform me because we are willing to translate it for you. Also, during the written examination, if you have dilemmas, writing down your answers, don't be shy because we cannot see your answer verbally.
Do's and don'ts during the assessment.
If you have concerns, questions, or there is need for you to clarify matters concerning the assessment, you may raise your hands because I am more than willing to assist you. But once the assessment have started, please refrain from asking questions. It is no longer allowed. In the same token, during the assessment, if you have physical or any form of difficulties, do not hesitate to call my attention so that we can address it immediately.
Rights and appeal system.
In case you have any questions regarding the assessment result, you have the right to appeal. You can submit your appeal to the TESDA Provincial Office for the Assessment Center and the assessor are accredited.
Issuance of national certificate or certificate of competency.
For the issuance of national certificate, the AC manager shall inform you where you can claim your national certificate within 5 working days after the assessment.
Reassessment procedures.
After the assessment and you are found to be not yet competent, don't worry about it because you can do great access anytime at your own convenience. In case the reassessment is full qualification and had undergone the whole assessment process. If you are found to be competent in some unit of competencies, the reassessment shall focus in the unit of competencies where you were found to be not yet competent. Also, if you failed 2 consecutive assessments, you will be advised to undergo a refresher course before applying the reassessment.
Occupational safety and health requirements.
During the actual assessment, please observe safety as you perform the different tasks. Make sure you check all of your plumbing equipment before doing it. Avoid pulling the cord as you unplug the equipment. Observe proper body mechanics in lifting heavy equipments to avoid back injuries. In case of accident, please call my attention immediately so that we can provide you with first aid and should the need arise. Our first aid cabinet is located at the right side of the door.
And confidentiality of assessment outcome.
With regards to the result of your assessment, we observe strict confidentiality. This is to ensure your integrity. The result is only made available to the authorized personnel and to the institution where you had your actual training. In relation to this, the assessment package is kept in a secured place to guarantee the integrity of the assessment package. In giving above, may I ask all candidates to refrain from giving away any form of information that take place during the assessment process.
Provide each candidate a copy of the specific instruction to the candidate.
If you don't have any questions or clarifications, then I'm going to distribute these specific instructions, and please read it carefully and do not hesitate to ask questions right now. I may be able to translate it from English to your local dialect. If you need assessment, then I will be more than willing to assist you.
The assessor explains and guides the candidates in interpreting the instruction and shall ensure that the candidates understand the contents of the instruction.